What's up, folks? It's your boy Edub for HawksBeat.com. Yesterday I shot a video about who I think the Hawks are going to pick with the third overall pick in this year's NBA draft. Because I kind of rushed it, the video didn't come out quite the way I liked it, so I decided to shoot another video and just wanted to go over real quick and talk about who I think the Hawks are going to pick at number 3. But first of all, we got to take a look at the two teams in front of the Hawks, the Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings. Okay, so the Phoenix Suns are going to be picking first, and for all intent and purposes, the best two guys in the draft are DeAndre Ayton and Luka Doncic, the kid out of Europe. You have Tyson Chandler in the middle for the Suns right now, who's going into probably his 15th or 16th season. So it really makes a lot of sense for them to draft the best big on the board, which is DeAndre Ayton. He comes in, he's already played college ball in Arizona, easy to sell tickets. He teams with the Booker kid, a very good 1-2 combo of Booker and the Ayton kid. Sell jerseys. I mean, I think it makes good business sense to draft this guy. On the other hand, if you decide to go with the young Euro, the Luka Doncic kid, he's a playmaker, man. He can play a bevy of positions. He can play the 1, the 2, the 3. And you compare him with Booker. Then you have your backcourt for the next 6 or 7 years. I think at the end of the day, they're going to go with the big. I think they're going to go with DeAndre Ayton and have your man in the middle and pair him with Booker. I think that'll be a good tandem for the Suns. And I think that's who the Suns are going to get first. So with the number 2 pick, you got the Sacramento Kings. And I think their pick is a little bit easier. Again, the best two guys on this draft are DeAndre Ayton and Luka Doncic. I think that once Phoenix makes their pick, Sacramento is simply going to draft the guy that they didn't pick. Meaning that if for the Phoenix Suns draft DeAndre Ayton, then the Sacramento Kings are going to draft Luka Doncic. If they draft Doncic, they're going to end up with Ayton. So I think the pick here is very, very easy for Sacramento. Sacramento, again, they have tons of money to spend. They're not paying anybody. Their top 2 guys on the roster are Zach Randolph and Iman Shumpert, making $11 million. Their roster is a train wreck. Their roster is a train wreck. I mean, Vince Carter's on that squad. The only guy that they really have is De'Aaron Fox, the guy they drafted last year as the point guard. So I could definitely see them bringing in a Doncic or Ayton. I think Doncic is probably going to end up here. You can pair him with the Fox kid, have your backcourt for the next 6 or 7 years, playmaker, shooter, and I think he'll fit in pretty good in Sacramento. All right, and so we finally arrived at the 3rd pick. Now, I know you're thinking, tell me who you think the Hawks are going to pick. I'm going to say it to you like this. You look at the money standpoint, the money is good for the Hawks. They're not spending a ton of money on anybody. From a roster standpoint, I think that this is something that differs from the other 2 teams. Word on the street is that the days of Dennis Schroeder are numbered. I don't know if they're going to trade him before the draft. I don't know if they're going to trade him once the season begins. But I do believe that his days are numbered. I've said that last year. But anyway, I don't think that has an impact on who they select, however. The point guards in the draft, Trae Young, Colin Sexton, the top 2 point guards, I don't believe that you get any of those guys at 3. I think the guy to pick here is Marvin Bagley Jr. I'm higher on him than most, and I've heard some reports about Jaren Jackson Jr. going ahead of Bagley. Look, Marvin Bagley is the guy, man, I'm telling you. And I believe that if you pass on him, you're going to regret it, much like you did the Marvin Williams, Chris Paul fiasco when you drafted Marvin Williams over Chris Paul. But to me, Marvin Bagley is the guy. Now, I know that there's a ton of time before now and probably about a month from now from when they actually draft. But Marvin Bagley is the guy to me, man. You pair him with John Collins and you have a very formidable young front court. And I think that's the guy you got to get, man, Marvin Bagley Jr. But thank you guys for checking us out. Make sure you check out HawksBeat.com. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. We're also on Facebook. I'm going to put our information right up there on that screen. Make sure you give us a follow in Instagram. Follow us, and we'll keep you abreast on everything dealing with the Atlanta Hawks. Appreciate the love. Edub signing out. Peace and love.